Ladies and gentlemen, children, my task here is a simple but important one. It is my honor to introduce a young and vibrant gentleman who will be our Master of Ceremonies for today's proceedings. He is a primary school teacher attached to the Rio Claro Vedic School. He holds a certificate of early childhood care and education from the University of the West Indies, a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Administration from the University of Hertfordshire, and he is currently reading for his Bachelor's in Education. Ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in introducing Mr. Nashan Janki, who will take us through. Mr. Janki.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Sri Rajesh Jagmohan. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and our online viewing community. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for a long time now, as well as those who are new to the organization. It is my esteemed pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for today's special Yajna. I am very grateful to be here today to join in this special Ved Yagna. We have a packed program in store for you, and it is our wish that you sit back, relax, and enjoy what we have planned. Today's program is dedicated to our late President Sri Roshan Parisram Singh. Today we honor his memory and his departure from this world. Family, friends, and loved ones, it is an honor and privilege to stand with you today and pay tribute to our beloved late President. As we commence this Yajna, our Hawan ceremony today will be conducted by Pandit Jiwan Singh, a senior Pandit of our association and a long-standing member of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha. Pandit Jiwan Singh, over to you.
Om Avaso Sadami. Om apavitro sanam pratim kritva dharma artha kama mokshatam sidamaha. So you can take your seat now, kindly. Here we read the Sankalp for the 18th November 2022. Om Tat Sat Sri Brahmano Dvitiya Prahararde Vaivaswata Manvantare Ashta Vinshati Tame Kalyuge Kali Pratam Acharane Ananda Nama Samvatsara Surya Dakshinaye Hemanta Ritu Marga Shirsha Mase Krishna Pakshe Shukravar Vase Dasmani Titau Purva Phalgun Nakshatre Vaidriti Yoga Vishti Karane Shubh Lagne Shubh Muhurti Carolina Nagare Shagonas Pradeshi Trinidad Deshi Ayam Vishesha Veda Yajna Arya Pratinidhi Sabha Prarabd Yati. Namaste. Namaste Swagatam. On behalf of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, we take this opportunity to welcome you to our Havan Yajna today. We kindly ask you for your attention, your participation, and your cooperation as you sit with us and enjoy our company. We ask you to kindly take up a prayerful mood. Let us bring ourselves in a prayerful mood and try to empty our mind of the incoming thoughts of materialistic vibrations. Consecrate yourself. In other words, Declare yourself specifically to these sacred moments of your life. Surrender yourself to God. Let us feel that oneness with Him. Know that He is within you, and you should be filled with His presence. Energize your supreme deity, the mind, so that you can achieve contact with the all-embracing, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient divine being. Let us chant Om together 3 times, the opening prayer. Shano mitra sham varuna, shano bhavatvaryama, shana indro brihaspati, shano vishnu rurukrama, namo brahmane namaste vayo, tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi. Tvameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami, ritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, tanamam avatu tadvaktaram avatu, avatu mam avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May you, O Supreme Being, friend of all, the holiest of all, and controller of the universe, be merciful unto us. May you, O Almighty One, Lord of the universe and support of all, endow us with knowledge and power. May you, O omnipresent and omnipotent Being, shower your blessings all around us. We bow unto you, O most powerful and supreme Being. You alone are the omniscient One, whom we feel within our hearts. We will call you, and you alone the true One. Your will as truly revealed in the Vedas will we obey and preach. We will be truthful in word, deed, and thought. You are our shelter. May you protect us, who study and contemplate your Nitya, who speak only the truth, so that our understanding may be firm in your will and never turn away from it. Your will is truth and righteousness. That which is contrary to your will is untruth and unrighteousness. May you again shelter and protect us, O God. Be merciful and grant this our prayer, for which we shall feel ever and ever grateful. Let there be peace in the heavenly regions, in the middle regions, and on earth. So now we turn to the Ishwar Stuti Prarthana Upasana. At the end of these mantras, I will give you the English translation briefly. Om Vishvani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadrantana Asuva Om Hiranya Garbha Samvartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patire Kaasi Sadadhara Pritivim Dyamute Mam Kasmai Deva Yahavisha Vidhema Om Ya Atmada Baladayasya Vishva Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chaya Mritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Deva Yahavisha Videma. Om Yapranato Nimishato Mahitvaik Idraja Jagato Babhuva. Ya ishe asya dvipadaschatushpada kasmai deva yahavisha vidhema. Om yena dyaurugra prithavi chadridha yena svastabitam yena nakaha. Yo antarikshe rajaso vimana kasmai deva yahavisha vidhema. Om prajapate natvadetanyanyo vishvajatani parita babhuva. Yat kamaste juhumastano astu vayam syama patayoraina. Om sano bandhura janita savidhata dhamani veda bhuvanani vishwa. Yatra deva amritamanashanas tritiye dhamanadyai rayanta. Om magne naya supatharaye asman vishvani deva vayonani vidwan. Yuyodhyasmaj Johurana meno bhuyishtante nama uktim vidhema. O radiant divinity, O God, you are the cause of all manifestations in the universe. Remove all evils from us and endow us with all that is noble. You, the bearer of luminous bodies and Lord of all beings, was alone present in the beginning. You sustain this earth and all radiant regions. May we contemplate the nature of your blissful being with devotion. You are the giver of knowledge of self and bestower of strength. You are meditated upon by all the learned and is their inspiration. Your shelter is salvation, and getting away from you is death. May we contemplate your blissful with devotion. You by your power is supreme among all animate and inanimate things of the world, and you cause all bipeds and quadrupeds to come into being. May we contemplate your blissful being with devotion. You uphold radiant regions, the sun, the earth, and other hard bodies. You sustain happy ethereal regions and salvation. You bring into being from elementary matter and dissolve into elementary matter the heavenly bodies in the zodiac. May we contemplate that blissful being with devotion. O Lord of all subjects, none except you pervade all these objects. May all our desires for which we come to your shelter be fulfilled, so that we might become wealthy and prosperous. You are our friend. You are the cause of all manifestation and the sustainer. You know all places and regions. In you, abode of all happiness, roam the learned that will enjoy emancipation. O self-effulgent being, all holy and know of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate your divine nature and be always happy. Let us swastivachanam, mantras for bliss and prosperity. We sing in praise of the Great One, God, who is the source of all light, who existed before creation, who is the first teacher of all knowledge, material and spiritual, who is worthy of contemplation at all times, and who is the provider of all beautiful and precious things. By the way, this is the first mantra of the Rig Veda, the first mantra that God revealed. Om Agnimile Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Ritvijam Hotaram Ratnadhatamam Om Sanaha Pite Vasuna Vegne Supayano Bhava Sachasvanaha Swastaye Om Swasti no Mimitam Ashvina Bhagaha Swasti Devyaditi Vanarvana Swasti Pusha Asuro Dadhatuna Swasti Dyava Prithivi Suchetuna Om Swastaye Vayu Mupabravam Somam Swasti Bhuvanasya Yaspati Brihaspatim Sarvaganam Swastaye Swastaya Aditya Sobhavantuna Om Vishve Devanu Adhya Swastaye Vaishvanairo Vasuragni Swastaye Deva Avant Vribhavaha Swastaye Swasti no Rudraha Patvam Hasaha Om Swasti Mitra Vairuna Swasti Patye Revati Swasti na Indraschagnischa Swasti no Adite Kridhi Om Swasti Pantamanuchare Masurya Chandramasa Viva Punardadatagnata Janata Sangame Mahi. May we follow the path of welfare as the sun and moon unswervingly revolve in their orbits. May we associate with those who are learned, pious, charitable, and non-violent. So here we come to the peace chanting mantras. Mantras for the attainment of peace, according to our scriptures. Pain is divided into three kinds: adhya atmic, mental; adhi daivik, divine; adhi bhautik, physical. For the removal of all these kinds of pain and for the future protection of them, we recite and act according to the instructions of these mantras. May we derive peace from electricity, fire, and water. May the sun and the moon bring us peace and fearlessness by eradicating disease. May electricity and wind bring us vigor and peace. Om Shana Indragni Bhavatam Vobhi Shana Indra Varuna Ratahavya Shamendra Soma Suvitaya Shanyo Shana Indra Pushana Vajasato Om Shano Bhaga Shamuna Shanso Astu Shana Purandhi Shamusanturaya Shana Satyasya Soyamasya Shansa Shano Aryama Puruja To Astu Om Shano Dhata Shamudharta No Astu Shana Uruchi Bhavatu Svadhabhi Shanrodasi Brihati Shano Adri Shano Devanam Suhava Nisantu Om Shano Agnirijyotirani Ko Astu Shano Mitra Varuna Vashvinasham Shanah Sukritam Sukritani Santu Shana Ishiro Abhivatu Vata Om Shan Om Shano Dhyata Prithvi Purvahutau Shamantariksham Drishayeno Astu Shana Ushadhirvanino Bhavantu Shanu Rajasas Patirastu Jishnu Om Shana Indro Vasubhirdevo Astu Shamaditye Bhir Varunah Sushansa Shano Rudro Rudre Bhir Jalasha Shanas Vastagna Bhiriha Shrinotu Om Shana Somo Bhavatu Brahma Shana Shanu Gravana Shamusantu Yajna Shana Svairuna Mitayo Bhavantu Shana Prasva Shanavastu Vedi. May the all peaceful one God give us peace. May our religious undertakings bring us peace. May the plants and vegetables bring us peace. May the oblations in this Vedi bring us peace. So now we prepare to rinse the palms of our hands, Archman mantras. So we take a little water in the right palm, rinse the palm of our hand, and here now we are going to sip this water when we say Swaha after each mantra. We have 3 mantras. Om Amrito Pastaranamasi Swaha. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashaha Shrirmai Shri Shrayatam Swaha. O God, may this water bring happiness to all. O Immortal One, you are the eternal support of all. May through action, fame, wealth, and honor be always with us. So now we take the water in the left palm, touching the different parts of the body where there are 2 parts, from right to left. Om Wang Me Asiyastu mouth. Om Nasor Me Prano Astu nostrils. Om Akshanor Me Chakshurastu eyes. Om Karanayor Me Shrotamastu ears. Om Bhavor Me Balamastu arms. Om Urvor Me Ojastu thighs. Om Marishtani Me Angani Tanustanva Me Sahasantu. All parts of our body. O God, may there be the power of speech in our mouth, breath in our nostrils, sight in our eyes, hearing in our ears, and may there be strength in our arms and in our thighs, and may all parts of our body be coherently healthy. So here now we ignite the edge. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuva Swardyoriva Bhumna Pritaviva Varemna Tasyaste Pritavi Deva Yajni Pushti Agni Manada Manadayadadi. Om Udbudyas Vagne Pratija Grahi Twamishta Purte Sagvam Srijetamayan Cha Asmin Saraste Adhutarasmin Vishve Deva Yajmanascha Sidata. Okay, so Samidha mantras. Om Mayanta Yidma Atma Jata Vedaste Nidyasva Vardhasva Cheda Vardhaya चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानादेन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्नये जातवेदसे इदन्नामम ॐ समिधाग्निं दुवस्यत घृतेर्बोधयाताततिम् अस्मिन् हव्या जोहोतन ॐ सुसमिधाय शोचसे घृतं तीव्रं जोहोतन अग्नये जातवेदसे स्वाहा इदमग्नये जातवेदसे इदन्नामम ॐ तन्वा समिद्भिरङ्गिरो घृतेन वर्धयामसि बृहच्चोचाय विष्ठया स्वाहा idamagnaya angirasidanamama. So we now go on to the Gritahuti mantra, offering with the ghees. We recite this mantra 5 times and then we offer it with the ghee each time. Om mayanta idma atma jata vedaste nidyasva vardhasva cheda vardhaya Chasman prajaya pashubhir brahma varchase nana dena samedhaya swaha idamagnaye jata vedase idannamama Om mayanta idma atma jata vedaste nidyasva vardhasva cheda vardhaya Chasman prajaya pashubhir brahma varchase nana dena samedhaya Swaha idamagnaye jata vedase idannamama Om mayanta idma atma jata vedaste nidyasva vardhasva cheda vardhaya Chasman prajaya pashubhir brahma varchase nana dena samedhaya Swaha idamagnaye jata vedase idannamama Om mayanta idma atma jata vedaste nidyasva vardhasva cheda vardhaya Chasman prajaya pashubhir brahma varchase na anadena samedhaya Swaha idamagnaye jata vedase idannamama Om mayanta idma atma jata vedaste nidyasva vardhasva cheda vardhaya Chasman prajaya pashubhir brahma varchase nana dena samedhaya Swaha idamagnaye jata vedase idannamama All-pervading one, we offer ourselves to you as we offer this fuel to the fire. May you enlighten us in greater and greater measure as the fire grows with the application of fuel. May you enable us, by the help of true knowledge, to attain physical and spiritual well-being. So the meaning of the mantra is that brief meaning. Also, the 5 oblations, why we made the 5 oblations. The first is for our offsprings. The second is for our wealth. The third is for our spiritual development. The fourth is for prosperity in life. And the fifth, for we to enjoy all that we have in this life. Just the opportunity and the privilege to enjoy them. So now we go on to the Jal Prasinchan mantra. East, west, north, east is this side. Om Adite Numanyasva, Om Anumate Numanyasva, Om Saraswatya Numanyasva, Om Deva Savita Prasuvayajnam Prasuvayajnapatim Bhagaya, Divyo Gandharva Ketapu Ketana Punatu Vachasvatpatirvachana Swadatu. Okay, let us continue with the ghee. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idanamama Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idanamama Om Prajapate Swaha Idam Prajapate Idanamama Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idanamama Continue. Om Bhuragnaye Swaha Idamagnaye Idanamama Om Bhuvarvayave Swaha Idam Vayave Idanamama Om Svaradityaya Swaha Idamadityaya Idanamama Om Bhurbhuva Swaragni Vayavadityebhya Swaha Idamagni Vayavadityebhya Idanamama. So we'll go on to the Swishtakrit mantra. This one will be prasad. Om yadasya karmano tyari richam yadvanyu namihakaram agnishtat swishtakrit vidyat sarvam swishtam suhutam karotame agnaye swishtakrite suhuta hute sarva prayaschittahutinam kamanam samardetre sarvana kaman samardaya swaha idam agnaye swishtakrite idannamama. So we ask you kindly to repeat with us. Whatever excesses or shortcomings I have committed, I now commend to you the Almighty and seek your rectification thereof for my material and spiritual well-being. I make this oblation in your name, the self-effulgent being who purifies me and enables me to fulfill my desires. May my desires be fulfilled, and may my speech be ever truthful. I have made this wish in the full knowledge that I have no claim to its fulfillment. Okay, let's continue with the ghee and the samagri and the prasad. Just make this one with the ghee alone. Right? One mantra. Om Swaha Idam Prajapate Idanamama. All right, so we continue now. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyoti Surya Swaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varchaha Swaha. Om Jyoti Surya Suryo Jyoti Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajur Ushasindra Vatya Jushana Suryo Vetu Swaha. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotir Agnihi Swaha. Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varchaha Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajur Ratrindra Vatya Jushano Agnir Vetu Swaha. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idanamama. Om Bhuvarvayave Panaya Swaha. Idam Vayave Panaya Idanamama. Om Svaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idanamama. Om Bhurbhuva Swaragni Vayavadityebhya Pranapana Vyanebhya Swaha. Idam Agni Vayavadityebhya Pranapana Vyanebhya Idanamama. Om Apo Jyoti Ratsomritam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom Swaha. Om Yamedham Devagna Pitarastropasate Tayama Madhya Medhayagni Medhavinam Kuru Swaha. Om Vishvani Deva Savitar Duritani Paraswa Yadbhadram Tana Aswa Swaha. Om Agne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishvani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodhyasmaj Juhuran Meno Bhuyishtante Nama Uktim Vidhema Swaha. All right, we will do these set of extra mantras. Om Agne Vratapate Vratam Charishyami Tate Prabravimi Tachakeyam Te Nardya Samidamaham Anritat Satyamupaimi Swaha Idam Agne Idanamama Om Vayo Vratapate Vratam Charishyami Tate Prabravimi Tachakeyam Te Nardya Samidamaham Anritat Satyamupaimi Swaha Idam Vayave Idanamama Om Surya Vratapate Vratam Charishyami Tate Prabravimi Tachakeyam Te Nardya Samidamaham Anritat Satyamupaimi Swaha Idam Suryaya Idanamama Om Chandra Vratapate Vratam Charishyami Tate Prabravimi Tachakeyam Te Nardya Samidamaham Anritat Satyamupaimi Swaha Idam Chandraya Idanamama Om Vratanam Vratapate Vratam Charishyami Tate Prabravimi Tachakeyam Te Nardya Samidamaham Anritat Satyamupaimi Swaha Idam Indraya Vratapate Idanamama. Okay, so we'll continue with the key and the prasad. Gayatri mantra, let us all put our hands together and recite this mantra 3 times. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Okay, Namaskar mantra. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivattaraya Cha Swaha. Purnahuti 3 times. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Everything. Om Vasopavitramasi Shatadharam Vasopavitramasi Sahastadharam Devastvasavita Punatu Vasopavitrena Shatadharena Supva Kamadukshaha. True. Okay. So let us now recite the Gayatri mantra with the meaning, the Hindi and English meaning. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। हे दयालु परमात्मन, आप अपनी असीम कृपा से हमारा सदा रक्षा करते हैं। आप ही हमारे जीवन आधार है। अपने सेवकों को दुखों को दूर करके उनको सुख देने वाले हैं। आप सर्वत्र सुप्रतिष्ठित और सुप्रसिद्ध है। आप सर्वोत्तम श्रद्धा पवित्र और ज्ञान स्वरूप है। आपसे ही यहाँ सारा जगत उत्पन्न हुआ है। आप ही सकल शुभ गुणों की कान है। आपका हम प्रतिदिन ध्यान करें और आप हमें विवेकशीलता, धारणावती मेधा, सद्बुद्धि प्रदान करें। O Supreme Being, cause of all manifestations in the universe, source of existence, intelligence, and bliss, we meditate upon your adorable nature. May you illumine and inspire our intellect. Okay, so we now come and take the energy of the fire. Om Tanupa Agne Asi Tanwa Me Pahi. Om Ayurda Agne Asi Ayur Me Dehi. Om Vartrada Agne Asi Vartro Me Dehi. Om Agneyan Me Tanwa Unam Tanma Aprina. Om Medha Me Deva Savita Adadatu. Om Medha Me Devi Saraswati Adadatu. Om Medha Me Ashvinau Deva Vadatam Pushkarasrajau. So you will recite after me. O Agni, you are the protector of the human body. Protect my body. You are the giver of long life. Give unto me long and healthy life. You are the source of brilliance. Let your brilliance radiate on my face. Okay. Fulfill any deficiency I have in my personality and sustain divine, sanctified intellect in me, O God. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This has brought us to the end of the Havan Yajna.
Thank you, Pandit, for filling this mandir with those positive vibrations and filling the air with those powerful Vedic mantras. You have certainly set the tone for today's program. As we continue with today's proceedings, we have a talented teacher from the Avocat Vedic School who will render the bhajan Hey Malik Tidi for us. I now invite Srimati Indira Parisram Singh to take the stage.
ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारे करम, नेकी पर चली और बरी से जली, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो नेकी पर चली और बरी से चली, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। बड़ा कमजोर है आदमी, अभी लाखों है इसमें कमी, पर तू जो खड़ा है दयालु भरा, तेरी कृपा से धरती थमी। दिया तूने हमें जग जन्म, तू नेकी पर चली और बरी से चली ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। ये अंधेरा घना छा रहा, तेरा इंसान घबरा रहा, हो रहा बेखबर, कुछ न आता नजर, सुख का सूरज छुपा जा रहा है तेरी रोशनी में जो दम। तो अमावस को कर दे पूनम, नेकी पर चढ़ी और बरी से चली ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। जब जुल्मों का हो सामना, तब तू ही हमें थामना। वो बुराई करे हम भलाई करे, नहीं बदली की हो कामना। बढ़ उठे प्यार का और कदम, और मीठे बेरी का ये भरम। नेकी पर चली और बरी से चली ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारी करम। नेकी पर चली और बरी से चली ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारे कदम। नेकी पर चली और बरी से चली ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम।
Miss, we are indeed grateful for that beautiful rendition of the bhajan. As we move along, no Ved Yagna is complete without a discourse. To continue with this item, I now call upon Pandit Jiwan Singh to render his discourse.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Chairperson. कथं तरेयं भवसिन्धुमेतं का वा गतिर्मे कतमोश्चुपायः जाने न किंचित कृपया वमां प्रभो संसार सुख क्षतिमातनुष्व क्षतिमातनुष्व क्षतिमातनुष्व. O Divine Master, how shall we cross this difficult ocean of the many problems of this human birth? What are the ways? What are the secrets? And how do we solve our problems, O Divine One? Namaste, Swagatam. Our subject is karma. I am dedicating this discourse, this pravachan, to our late President of the Arya Pratniti Sabha, Shriman Roshan Parasram Singh. And I start by taking the verse or sloka from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, 43. And Sri Krishna is addressing Arjuna. Tata tam buddhi samyogam labhate paurvade hitam yatate cha tato bhuyaha sansidhau kuruvanandana. Arjuna, he automatically regains in that birth the spiritual insight of his previous birth, and through that he strives harder than ever for perfection in the form of God realization. Karma. Karma is a Sanskrit word which means action, that comes from the root kri, meaning to do, to perform, to act, etc. Two things happen before action is made. One is desire, and two is thought. So first you desire something, and after that you start thinking about it, how to get that desire or how to get that something. A mantra from the Yajurveda says, chapter 228, Om Agni Vratapate Vratam Charisham Risham Tada Shakam Tanme Radhi Dhammaham Ya Evasni Sosmi. It means in English briefly, God is the fulfiller of vows. Whatever good or bad action I perform, I reap accordingly the fruit thereof, and consequently becomes good or bad according to the nature of my deeds. I reap as I sow. The law of karma. The law of karma is divided into three classes. One, sanchit karma, or complete action. Two, prarabdha karma, or incomplete action. Three, kriyaman karma, or future action. The first, sanchit karma, refers to those actions, the results of which we have already reaped. For example, our present birth was determined by our previous karma. That karma cannot be changed. Two, prarabdha karma. This karma refers to results of which are not fully realized. Example, you wrote an exam and are waiting the results. Three, kriyaman karma. Actions which are not yet performed. This is the most important class of karma over which one has control. By acting properly and righteously, one can improve oneself and even, to some extent, change the results of our prarabdha karma. Remember, the law of karma must take its place. Be aware, you are the creator of your own destiny. Nothing happens by chance. We may not always see the working of the law because our view of life is limited. We can now conclude that life is a harvest field or karma bhumi. We are here to plant and to reap. If we cultivate good things, we will have a good harvest. And if we cultivate bad things, then we will reap a bad harvest. Wouldn't you agree with me? We always reap according to the thought that prompts our actions. If we sow good karma on the field of life, we will make our harvest a rich and rewarding one, full of blessings, not only for ourselves, but also for others. We must not be discouraged if we neglected our opportunities until now, there is still hope. We can still connect ourselves with the divine. Even if we have made innumerable mistakes, we cannot suffer eternally, because for a finite action there cannot be an infinite punishment, since action and reaction must be equal. Sometimes we feel like life is a consuming fire, but if we can stand its burning flames like gold, we can come out purer. As long as we are afraid of a little disappointment or of losing a little earthly happiness, we can accomplish nothing. We must have constant optimism. Sometimes we may wait a long time before we reap any harvest. Yet we must know there can be no loss or unfair return. However, when we see anyone suffering, our attitude should not be to stand aside and let him reap what he has sown. It is well known that whenever you help others, you are in fact elevating yourself. All rewards and punishment are only natural reactions of our own actions and wholly determined by us. There is no arbitrary being waiting to punish or reward us. It is we who supply the materials out of which our destiny is shaped. We do not inherit the kingdom of happiness or unhappiness by accident. No. We move towards one or the other according to the momentum we create. We cannot get something for nothing, my friends. Sin and virtue are the obverse and reverse of the same fact, which is karma. According to the use made of it, the same karma presents itself as sin or virtue. The ignorant do karma so as to get entangled in it as sin, while the enlightened or the wise do karma to reap merit and also be emancipated from it. Knowledge, therefore, is the only means to absolve all sins. Knowledge of the law of karma should not make us indifferent or lacking in sympathy. True understanding never robs us of love or sympathy. It is rather lacking of understanding which takes from us many possibilities of doing to others, which is also the best way to do good to ourselves. The law of just compensation should be universally understood. It connects everyone. It concerns everyone. Everyone must reap whatever he or she sows. Life is indeed a harvest field. We now take you to a few slokas. This too is taken from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, slokas 14 or 15. And Sri Krishna, addressing Arjuna, says, Na kartritvam na karmani lokasya srijati prabhu na karma phalasam yogam swabhavastu pravartate nadate kaschit papam na chaiva sukritam vidhubhu ajnanena vritam jnanam te muhyanti jantava. Brief English meaning says, God determines not the doership nor the doings of men, nor even their contact with the fruit of actions, but it is nature alone that functions. 15. The omnipresent God does not receive the virtue or sin of anyone. Knowledge is enveloped in ignorance. Hence, it is that beings are constantly falling a prey to delusion. We take two slokas from the Manusmriti, chapter 2, 241 and 243. Mritam shariram utsrajya kashtaloshta samam kshitau vimukha bandhavayanti dharmastam anugachati dharma pradhanam purusham tapasahata kilvisham paralokam nayam yashu bhasvantam kasharirinam. 241. After death, the relatives leave the dead body on the ground, just like a piece of wood or a lump of earth, and turn their faces. It is only dharma that accompanies it. It is only dharma that leads a religious person who has destroyed his sins by penance. That person quickly attains moksha or salvation. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Om. As you bring this pravachan to the end, we recite for you the 15th mantra of the 40th chapter from the Yajurveda. Om Vayuranilam Amritam Atedam Bhasmantam Shariram Om Krato Smara Klibe Smara Kritam Smara Klibe Smara Kritam Smara Kritam Smara. O active soul, at the time of death, remember Om, remember God for thy vitality and thy eternity. Remember thy deeds, karma. Know that the body is finally reduced to ashes, but the soul is immaterial and immortal. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Namaste.
Pandit, you have really given a wonderful and vivid explanation of karma in your discourse. We are surely more enlightening after listening to you. Moving on, we will now have another bhajan by Srimati Indira Parisram Singh, Kar Ke Swikard Prabhu, in honor of our late President, Sri Roshan Parisram Singh.
करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो बन जाओ मीत मेरे ये प्रीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो बन जाओ मीत मेरे ये प्रीत अमर कर दो इस महिमा में जग में है लाखों यहाँ बंधन थक हार गया हूँ मैं सब करके उत्पीड़न आया हो द्वार तेरे मेरी जीत अमर कर दो आया हो द्वार तेरे मेरी जीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो मन रूपी वीणा की सब तारे टूट गई जो आशा थी इनसे मुझे वो आशा छूट गई जन कृत करके उनको संगीत अमर कर दो संगीत अमर कर दो मेरा गीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझे जो भी लगा प्यारा सब जीत किया मुझसे मैं हर दम ही हारा दर्शन देकर प्रभु अब मेरी दृष्टि अमर कर दो दर्शन देकर प्रभु अब मेरी दृष्टि अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो बन जाओ मीत मेरे ये प्रीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो बन जाओ मीत मेरे ये प्रीत अमर कर दो
Miss, I thank you once again for that beautiful and melodious singing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached a very important juncture in our program today, our President's message. Our President's message will be delivered by our very distinguished Chairman of the Vedic School Board of Management and Acting President Sri Ravi Rambaran. Ravi is the principal and actuary of Rambaran and Associates, an actuarial consultancy in Jamaica, its principal client being all pension plans administered by Sagicor Group Jamaica and a private equity investor in SMEs in Jamaica. Ravi is a member of the Cricket West Indies Audit, Risk and Compliance Committee. Ravi retired in December 2020 as the President and CEO of Sagicor Life Incorporation. Sagicor Life Incorporation is a subsidiary of Sagicor Financial Corporation, a financial services entity that spans 19 countries. Sagicor Life includes all business in Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Aruba, Curacao, Belize, and the Eastern Caribbean. Ravi's experience spanned 30 years in various leadership roles in life and non-life insurance, pensions, and asset management industries. Ravi's experiences include rehabilitating distressed insurance companies, mergers and acquisitions, corporate pensions, restructuring, raising capital in the international market, and markets developing insurance business extra-regionally. Ravi is a frequent speaker at regional conferences on insurance and pensions. Ravi is actively involved in 2 NGOs, one in Trinidad which runs 9 primary schools in rural areas, and the other in Jamaica, dedicated to social outreach within an inner city community and in the promotion and preservation of Indian culture. I now pass you over to Mr. Rambaran.
पंडित जी, पंडिता जी, परिवार का परशुराम सिंह, भाइयों और बहनों, नमस्ते. It is our duty to honor those who serve selflessly. The late Sri Roshan Parasuram Singh Ji was one of those. He served the Samaj selflessly. It brings the saying, Pran jaye par vachan na jaye. The breath may go, but one's word will last. And Roshan was such an individual. When he gave his word, he kept it. But even up to his last breath, Roshan's thoughts and actions were about the Samaj, this institution that he loved so deeply and he cared so much. And his objectives were always, how can we serve? Roshan was to my mind a true sevak, and it is only fitting that tonight we honor our late president, who believed so much in the ideals of the Arya Samaj. In closing, I would like to thank Panditji Deepak Raman for being our guest speaker and speaking on behalf of such a sad but relevant occasion. Namaste.
In loving and respectful memory of Sri Roshan Parasuram Singh, the executive and members of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Trinidad APS reflect with regret, shock and sadness on the recent passing of our President, the dedicated Sri Roshan Parasuram Singh. We wish to hereby express our heartfelt condolences to his family and our sincere gratitude to them for their generosity in sharing him with the APS. The primary aim of the APS is the elevation of the disadvantaged in society through education, irrespective of race, religion, color, ethnicity, or location. Roshan was a passionate advocate for education under Vedic values, which combined both secular and sacred education. He was unafraid to place his views on education in the public domain. He was fiercely principled, kind, courageous, and humble. Roshan was the driving force behind the creation of the APS Social and Charitable Committee and the funding and execution of its projects, which involved food distribution, home repairs, home construction, and medical assistance. He ensured that during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Social and Charitable Committee was always active. Under Roshan's leadership, the APS embraced and practiced the modern values of integrity, transparency, and accountability. Ongoing challenges to the autocracy of religious organizations. He ensured that the Caribbean was represented within the global Arya Samaj movement. As a member of the advisory committee of the Maharishi Dayanand University in India, Roshan had the charisma, will, and people skills to navigate diverse views and personalities to achieve consensus within a democratic religious organization. He respected and executed the democratically expressed views of the organization, even when they were at variance with his own. Roshan always gave his time, energy, and resources to the APS with unconditional love. The APS is blessed to have Roshan.
Mr. Ambaran, we were very moved by your message, more so that we remember our past president for his sterling contribution and dedication to this organization. We thank you for your words. In keeping with our program, we will now have a bhajan to be rendered by Pandit Hansraj Prasad. Kam Nike Ki Jo Kar Gaye. Pandit is a well-known and is a senior Pandit of the Vedic mission. Pandit has done a lot of great work for his organization and he continues to do so at present. I now invite Pandit Hansraj Prasad.
संसार का छोड़ कर ईश भक्ति में आए लगन मोह संसार का छोड़ कर ईश भक्ति में आए लगन शोक सागर से जो डर गए उनकी रोशन कहानी या तुम मरते हैं लाखों यहाँ कार्यों की तरफ आदमी या तुम मरते हैं लाखों यहाँ कार्यों की तरफ आदमी देश जाति पे जो मर गए उनकी रोशन कहानी कामने के जो कर गए उनकी रोशन कहानी रहे जिंदगी का तो है वो करना ये जिंदगी के सलब पथ भी कुछ का तो है वो करना ये झोली फूलों से जो भर गई उनकी रोशन कहानी रहेगी आमने के जो भर गई उनकी रोशन कहानी रहेगी अपने सुख दुख में भी रो न तू खूब हंसता है रोना भी है अपने सुख दुख में भी रो न तू खूब हंसता है रोना भी है कष्ट और जो हर गए उनकी रोशन कहानी रहेगी आमने के जो चल गए उनकी रोशन कहानी रहेगी पाप करने से जो डर गए उनकी रोशन कहानी रहेगी आमने के जो कर गए उनकी रोशन कहानी रहेगी
Next on our program is a special address from Pandit Deepak Raman. Pandit Deepak Raman was a former Vedic school teacher, secondary school mathematics teacher, and eventually retired as head of the Business Studies Department at Karapi Chaima Senior Comprehensive School. He was a former secretary of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, former leader of the Arya Virdal of Trinidad, former president of the Vedic Mission of Trinidad and Tobago, former chairman, Academic Affairs Committee of Hindi Nidhi, and former teacher, Bharatiya Vidya Sansthan of Trinidad. Pandit Deepak Raman migrated to the USA in 2010, where he is currently attached to the Arya Spiritual Center of New York as a senior Pandit. Now over to you, Pandit Deepak.
नमस्ते ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ओम। मेरे प्यारे माताओं, पिताओं, भाइयों और बहनों, आज मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता है कि इस वेद यज्ञ में भाग लेने का अवसर मिला। आर्य प्रतिनिधि सभा के अधिकारियों और सदस्यों को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। My dear mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, I am extremely happy and grateful to join with you all in this Ved Yagna, which is being conducted by the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Trinidad Incorporated, and I extend my gratitude for being given the opportunity to join with you all. This yajna is also being used as a forum to memorialize the wonderful work done by our late president of the APS, Shri Roshan Parasram Singh, and to acknowledge with gratitude the important contribution he has made to the Samaj. Dear friends, this evening I will speak briefly on the topic of Yajna. Sometimes Yajna is called Yagna or jug, but we should be mindful that the correct pronunciation of this word, based on the Sanskrit phonetic system, is yajna. Yajna is a very powerful concept in Sanatana Dharma, in the Ved, and in all the Shastras, the Shruti and Shastras. Yajna is predominant. This is why for the human being, Panch Mahayajna is ordained. And these are 5 natural duties that accrue to every human being, which are in fact obligatory for every human being to perform. And as many of us may already know, these are Brahma Yajna, which has 2 aspects, Sandhya and Swadhyay. Sandhya means meditative worship, Swadhyay means self-study and study of the self. And that's the first of the Panchamahayajna. The second one is called Agnihotra, which also has 2 aspects. The second one is Deva Yajna, which has 2 aspects. The first one is Agnihotra and the second one is Dev Puja. Agnihotra is the performance of Havan, not only to purify the atmosphere, to purify the home, to purify the surroundings, but also to purify the minds by the chanting of mantras and internalizing of the meaning of the mantras. The third obligatory daily yajna is called Pitri Yajna. And in Pitri Yajna we offer service, comfort, caring, and tend to the needs of those of our parents, elders, and senior members of the community who are in need of those services. This is called Pitri Yajna. The 4th obligatory daily yajna is called Atithi Yajna. And in Atithi Yajna we make our contribution towards the promotion, propagation, and preservation of Dharma, which is our spiritual heritage, our civilizational heritage, and Sanskriti, our cultural heritage. And we support, assist, and help in whatever way we can those who are promoting, preserving, and propagating Dharma or Sanskriti. They are now the Atithis, as referenced in this Panch Mahayajna. The 4th is Atithi Yajna, and the 5th is called Balivaishva Deva Yajna, or it's also called Bhuta Yajna, which devolves a responsibility on us as human beings to take care of, to preserve, to use but not abuse the natural fauna and flora, and also the animal kingdom with which Paramatma blessed us in the world. It also, in this yajna, we also are very mindful of the way we use the resources of nature that we were blessed with. So friends, these Panch Mahayajnas are so important. They have been made compulsory, and without these, no society can function in any constructive and sustained manner. And therefore, the rishis saw it in their wisdom to bring forth the concept of, and this practice and this protocol of Panch Mahayajna. Friends, we may ask the question before we proceed any further, what is yajna? Well, in the Brahmana Grantha, a clear definition of what is yajna. It gives the parameters of yajna. And what is yajna? Deva puja sangatikaran daneshu yajna. Here we see that yajna is defined as that act through which there is Deva Puja. Now, Deva is a very important word in our heritage, and the understanding must be clearly grasped. Deva refers to animate and inanimate objects, all of which have the qualities of giving without receiving, which have the qualities of shining, which have the qualities of brilliance. So this category, this Deva category, will include all of the forces of nature, the natural forces. It will also include all of the learned scholars, teachers, and gurus of the tradition who shine in their character, who shine in their brilliance, who shine in their insights, like the rishis, the saints, the sages. These are all devas in our understanding. And Deva Puja means to offer respectful service, to offer resources, and to offer to these devas our cooperation, our time, our effort, to facilitate them in the transmission, in the preservation, in the explanation of our tradition, our culture, our heritage, and our dharma. As far as the devas, which are the inanimate objects of the world, as far as they go, it is our bounden duty to use them in such a way that we create a sustainable environment, that they continue to support us. They continue to support the superstructure of natural forces which allow the universe to exist as a coherent whole. In this sense, we are very mindful that no natural resource should be abused, should be overexploited, should be exploited in such a way that there is waste. Therefore, Deva Puja is the first component of yajna. The second component of yajna is Sangatikarana. Sangatikaran means that act, that positive action which brings together in coordination, in harmony, in cooperation. Those acts of ours which foster unity, which foster harmony in thought, word, and deed. Those acts of ours which bring people and resources together to produce an effect which is beneficial for the whole of society, those acts will fall under the category of Sangatikaran, and therefore also one aspect of yajna. And the third aspect of yajna, the meaning of the yajna, is called dan. Dan literally means what we give, what we gift, what we donate, what we offer without requiring a response, without seeking repayment for. Dan is an offering which comes from us selflessly, without even the thought of being recompensed or compensated. So that this sense of giving freely and unconditionally, this is called dan. My dear friends, here we are saying that yajna, what we call yajna, is so profound in its connotation, even the word, so that when we think about doing yajna, then we should ensure, and we have to ensure, that act which we call yajna should have these three components in it. Number one, we should honor, respect, serve, take care of teachers of the tradition, teachers of the culture, so that in our society, the Brahmanas are the ones who will receive this service and this caring. They may take the form of the Pandits. They may take the form of teachers of Hindi, teachers of Sanskrit, teachers of Dharma. They can also take the form of teachers of music, Shastri Sangeet, or they may also take the form of any teacher who is propagating Sanatan Dharma in one facet or the other. These teachers should be respected, should be given places of honor, should be given enough resources, should be given the cooperation that they rightly deserve to continue to spread and propagate and sustain Sanatana Dharma, Vedic Sanskriti. Secondly, we should always ensure that yajna creates a very united ambience. There should be no dispute in a yajna. Our actions should not result in dispute, and we should never create situations where conflict will fester. We'll have to exercise humility, we'll have to exercise forgiveness, we'll have to exercise great judgment, so that we preserve the Sangatikaran concept of yajna in whatever we do. And thirdly, we should foster an attitude amongst us all of giving rather than looking forward to receive. Sanatana Dharma is based on the concept of dharma, which is also translated in one sense, duty. Duty is emphasized rather than rights. If everyone performs his or her allotted duty, prescribed duty, then rights become automatically fulfilled. We have to demand our rights because others are not performing their duties. So it's important that we give, and we give ourselves, and we give unconditionally and perform our duty. My dear mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters, the idea of yajna is not limited to sitting and performing a havan. That is a very minuscule concept, a very limited concept and vision, perspective of what dharma is, what yajna is. Yajna actually refers to every act that we perform. It should be performed with the concept, with the idea, with the feeling, with the motivation of performing a yajna. Our work, this is why we say, we have this statement, work is worship. Our work is a yajna. When we go to our jobs or whatever we are doing, income earning activities, we should give due honor to people who are very knowledgeable in the field. We should foster an atmosphere of cooperation and harmony wherever we are in the workplace and minimize conflict. And we should be giving our best. The Dan concept, giving our best, giving of our best in our workplace. This is yajna. And we could look at it, when we could look at it like this, then yajna becomes for us a living thing. If yajna is relegated to the mandap or is just kept as a havan, or is kept as a sanskar, wedding, or whatever other ceremonies, if we understand yajna to be only that, then we are very misguided as to the original shastric concept of yajna. This is why the Vedas sometimes refers to as karmakand. And this karmakand means yajna, it has set up yajna as a protocol for action. If ever we wanted a GPS to guide us as to how we should act in every situation, as an individual, as a family, as a village or a town, as a community, as a country, as a world, if ever we wanted a protocol that would guide human actions in every social context, yajna is that protocol. That whatever we do, whatever actions we do, at whatever level we do it, it should foster respect for knowledge and those who possess knowledge and those who advance knowledge. It should foster respect and care for the environment. It should foster harmony, coordination, cooperation, and it should foster a sense of giving, emphasizing more on giving rather than on receiving. Dear friends, with this concept of yajna, armed with this concept of yajna, we can work together to make every act of ours a yajna. Even the smallest act, we can infuse it with the vibrations and the attitude of yajna and make our lives beautiful, our families beautiful, our communities beautiful, and our world beautiful. This is the invaluable contribution of our dharma to the world. Once again, as we remember our late former president of the APS, Sri Roshan Parasram Singh, we bow in gratitude to that wonderful soul who was a great yogi in the sense that he was devoted and passionate about action and doing things, helping people, and creating, relieving distress in the community. We say thank you, Roshanji, for all that you did. Thank you to his family for sacrificing him at the altar of the social work and at the altar of Arya Samaj. And may his soul be blessed to be born again in the most wonderful circumstances. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Om. Namaste, and thank you so much.
Pandit, you have really given a wonderful and clear message to our Samajas. Pandit Hansraj will now once again grace us with his presence in another bhajan, He Viku Ananda Sindhu. In continuing with today's programming, we now have Pandita Jasodra Ragbir Singh, one of our senior pundits of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Trinidad. She is a former teacher and also a former principal of the St. Clement Vedic School. It is with great respect and humility I welcome Pandita to recite a few special mantras.
Namaste. I will now chant the Shiva Sankalpa mantras. Om. Om. Om Yajagrito Durmudeti Devam Tadu Suptasya Tathaivati Durangamam Jyotisham Jyotirekam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. That celestial entity, the mind, which goes far when man is awake and wanders similarly while he is asleep, and which travels far and wide, is the only one light of all lights. O Lord, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Yena Karmanya Paso Manishino Yajne Krinvanti Vidhate Shudhiraha Yad Purvam Yakshamantaha Prajanam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Through whose agency the patient wise men perform their works, and which is mysterious and is seated in the innermost recess of all creatures. O Lord, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Yat Prajnanamutachetu Dhritischa Yajyotirantaram Ritam Prajasu Yasmanarite Kinchana Karma Kriyate Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. That which is endowed with the faculties of cognition, recollection and retention, and that which is the immortal light placed within the self of all creatures, and that without whose agency no work can be accomplished. O Lord, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Yenidam Bhutam Bhuvanam Bhavishyat Parigrihitam Amritena Sarvam Yena Yajnastayate Saptahota Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. That immortal substance by which all events of the past, present and future are fully comprehended, and which presides over the senses and the intellect. O Lord, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Yasmin Richaha Sam Yajumshi Yasmin Pratishtita Ratana Bhavivaraha Yasmin Shchittam Sarvamutam Prajanam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. that mind in which the Vedas, Shastras, and all other knowledge find repose, and which is so spacious as to accommodate all forms of knowledge and science, by means of which all intelligent persons meditate, O Lord, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Susharati Vayan Manushyan Neniyate Bhishubhirvajinaiva Hrit Pratishtham Yadjiram Javishtham Taname Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. As the skillful charioteer controls his horses by the use of his reins, so does a controlled mind take man to his desired goal. This mind which reposes in the heart is most swift and never ages. O Lord, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you for that soul-stirring rendition of those mantras. We are indeed fortunate to have you in our midst. Next up, we have Ricky Kandu from Sandi Grandi, a past finalist of Mastana Bahar, winner of the Prime Minister Trophy competition 4 times, and Tour International Singing. I now pass you over to Mr. Kandu for his rendition of Teri Dwar Karo Bhagawan.
Namaste. Teri Dwar Kara Bhagawan, Bhagat Bare Re Rajoli. At your doors, God is standing. Take this opportunity of filling his bag. Your gift to him will be a kindness to remember forever. This beautiful bhajan goes out to that departed soul, Sri Roshan Parasram Singh. Wherever that soul may be, may that soul find peace, love and comfort. Teri dwar kara Bhagavan, Teri dwar kara Bhagavan, Bhagat bar re re joli, O Bhagat bar re re joli. Teri dwar kara Bhagavan, Bhagat bar re re joli, O Bhagat bar re re joli. तेरा होगा बड़ा एहसान कि जुग जुग तेरी रहेगी शान, भगत बर रे रे जोली, ओ भगत बर रे रे जोली. तेरी द्वार करा भगवान, भगत बर रे रे जोली, ओ भगत बर रे रे जोली. डोल उड़ती है सारी धरती डेग रे, डोला गगन है सारा. डोल उड़ती है सारी धरती डेग रे, डोला गगन है सारा. भीगी मांगने आया तेरे घर, जग का पालनहारा रे, जग का पालनहारा. मैं आज तेरा मेहमान के कर ले मुझसे जरा पहचान, भगत पर रे रे जोली, ओ भगत बरदे रे जोली तेरी द्वार करा भगवान भगत बरदे रे जोली ओ भगत बरदे रे जोली आज लूट दे रे सर्वस अपना मन के कहना मीरा आज लूट दे रे सर्वस अपना मन ले करना मीरा मिट जाएगा पल में तेरा जन्म जन्म का पीरा रे जन्म जन्म का पीरा तू चोर सकल अभिमान हमर कर ली रे तू अपना दान भगत बरदे रे जोली ओ भगत बरदे रे जोली तेरी द्वार करा भगवान भगत बरदे रे जोली ओ भगत बरदे रे जोली ओ भगत बरदे रे जोली
Our next presentation is our feature presentation. This will be done by Mr. Rajesh Jagmohan, who is a member of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha Executive and currently is attached to the Avocat Vedic School. Mr. Jagmohan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today, we celebrate the life, the work, and the leadership of our past president. He was one of the most proactive persons we have all had the honor and privilege of working with. Today, we have put together his works, his contribution, his magnanimous efforts in the form of a slideshow. These pictures will tell you in a deep and profound manner the caliber and tenacity of our past president. I now present this exposition entitled My Life, My Message.
Thank you for your introduction to that well documented of Roshan's contribution to this association's work. We will always remember him by this. We will now have another bhajan being rendered by Ricky Kandu, Toot Gayi Hai Mala.
टूट गई है माला मोती बिखरे चले The garland has broken and all the pearls has shattered. After sharing company with each other for a few days, and now that one of their family has died, no one knows where they have gone. टूट गई है माला टूट गई है माला मोती बिखर चले दो दिन रह कर साथ जाने किधर चले टूट गई है माला मिलन की दुनिया जो चले हैं आज भी रहे में सपने मिलन की दुनिया जो चले हैं आज भी रहे में सपने कोई कोई नैनों में उजले उजले सपने उजले उजले सपने यार के करते लिए जो करते नजर चले दो दिन रह कर साथ जाने किधर चले टूट गई है माला अब तो ये जग में रहेंगे आंसू पीते पीते अब तो ये जग में रहेंगे आंसू पीते पीते जैसे इन पे बीते वैसे और किसी पे न बीते और किसी की न बीती कोई मत पूछो ये किसी डर चले दो दिन रह कर साथ जाने किधर चले टूट गई है माला हे माला हे माला
Thank you for that lovely singing, Mr. Kandu. No function is concluded without giving thanks. Today, our vote of thanks will be done by an active and vibrant member of our Virdal. I now invite Kumari Pavitra Balgobin Singh.
Senior Vice President, members of the Executive, revered pundits, members of the teaching and the non-teaching staff, other members, friends, namaste. It is indeed my pleasure to offer vote of thanks to all those who formulated and implemented the Ved Yagna 2022. We give thanks to the Supreme Being for giving us the gift of life to spend this time together as friends and family. Thanks to Sri Nashan Janki for taking us through today's session so competently. We acknowledge Srimati Indira Parasram Singh for her contributions in our function today. Special thanks to Pandit Jiwan Singh and all those who participated in the Hawan ceremony on this commemorative occasion. Our heartfelt gratitude goes out to our Senior Vice President, Sri Ravi Rambaran, for bringing greetings and leading the executive astutely during these difficult times. We want to say thanks to Pandit Hasraj Prasad for those beautiful bhajans. Sincere thanks to Pandit Deepak Raman for graciously accepting our invitation to deliver the special address today. Thanks to Sri Ricky Kandu in rendering those lovely bhajans. To Sri Rajesh Jagmohan, we thank you for the heartwarming feature presentation on our beloved late President Sri Roshan Parasram Singh. Thank you Srimati Indira Parasram Singh for singing the Arti Bhajan. A special thank you to Pandita Jashoda Rakbar Singh for those soulful rendition of mantras. Thanks to Kumari Vidya Ramachala, who provided the refreshments for today's function. Today's program could not have flowed smoothly if it were not for our capable master of ceremonies, Sri Nashan Janki, who executed with precision and accuracy. Thank you. On behalf of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, we want to sincerely give thanks to all the principals, staff, well-wishers for their generous contribution towards the success of our Ved Yagna 2022. In closing, we commend the Ved Yagna Committee and the executive for planning and implementing a successful function today. Namaste.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this yajna. It was indeed a tribute to our late president. His memory, his work, and his passion for our organization will always be time-honored. He has created a roadmap for all of us to follow, giving voluntary service and duty to Dharma. This association will be forever grateful. Although you have left us, your memories in keeping the light of Dharma will forever shine upon us. With these few words, I thank you all for the opportunity to be with you today. Thank you and namaste. In closing, we will now have the Arati Bhajan done by Srimati Indira Parasram Singh and our closing prayer done by Pandit Jiwan Singh.
मात पिता तुम मेरी शरण गहो किसकी स्वामी शरण गहो किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आश करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनन के संकट भक्त जनन के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता दीन दयालु कृपालु दीन दयालु कृपालु विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन के सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनन के संकट, भक्त जनन के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Let us kindly put our hands together, bow our heads as we recite these mantras as we come to the end of this yajna. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhave. Om Dyau Shanti Rantariksham Shanti, Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti, Roshadheya Shanti Vanaspateya Shantir, Vishvedeva Shantir, Brahma Shanti, Sarvam Shanti, Shanti Reva Shanti, Sama Shanti Redhi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.